Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediak podcast. Today is episode 64, and Christmas just happened. How was your week, Jack?
Uh, Pretty good. Very Christmassy.
Yeah, very Christmassy. What'd you get? Anything fun?
I got a jacket
Oh, me too.
and mm, two different Gundams like to build.
Ooh, sweet. I got a lots of clothes. My style has improved greatly over
Oh yeah,
the
you're
Christmasness.
evolving.
I am evolving. Yeah, I'm becoming more like you, Jack. I my clothing wear has comprised of mainly cardigans. Like I'm currently wearing a
Oh yeah.
cardigan.
Oh, well,
It is
there you
a
go.
it's a comfy cardigan. It's like a sweater. I mean, not a sweater. It's a like a sweatshirt cardigan kind of thing. It's very nice. Not gonna lie.
Interesting.
Super comfy.
Curious.
Yeah. I just want to say you suck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because throughout the last week, I gave you like 1.5 million outs to not watch this movie. Like halfway through the week, I sent you a review that was a 0.5 out of 10 for this movie, and I was like, "Hey Jack, we don't have to watch it." And
So wait, what was it?
it
A
was a
point
point
five?
0.5 out of 10.
That's
This movie was
curious.
horribly received, man.
It was horribly
And you
received
were
because
like,
it.
it's free. We could watch it.
I mean, it is free.
Well, technically
My
no,
dad
but yeah.
just went to go see it.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to say anything because my family already hates me because of my
Artsy
like
fartsy.
I've become yes, I've become like uh what do you call like
um,
I've,
a
what's the
critic?
word?
No.
Yeah, like I'm more I don't know, like uptight about how I like my movies,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
movies, yes. Because of the profession I'm in, I watch like a lot of like quote unquote artsy fartsy stuff. That's a lot of uh things that I have to use my brain for. So whenever I go to like watch something on my own, I like usually resort to just brainless stuff like Dragon Ball and stuff like that. So I can appreciate both sides of the spectrum, at least
Yeah,
recently.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I don't know what the word is, like basic or something. Like there's certain things that I'm like, "Oh, I could say this, but my my mom
The
has a
general
different view
audience
of
has a
things."
different like idea of how good a movie is compared to
Yeah,
like me and you, which
there's less
sounds very
criteria, I guess, for
pretentious.
them.
But like,
Pretentious.
yes,
That's a good word to
okay,
use.
yeah, me and you are quite pretentious whenever it comes to our
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
And honestly, like, I forget who I was talking to, but they were talking about my profession and stuff like that, and they were like, "Have your study of film ruined watching movies?" And I said no, but like I like that was a quote that like stuck with me for a while, and I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's completely ruined movies for me," because like I have to have like a quality of movie above a certain level for me to like actually enjoy it. Because if it's like if it's like maybe like a 70 or lower, the movie just sucks. Like, and I can't sit through it. Like, I have to go on my phone or something like that. Speaking of, I
Yeah.
was on my phone a lot during this movie. God, it was boring.
I was
Two
I
and a
was
half hours.
yeah, that was absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah,
That was
100%.
stupid long. Like
Jesus.
I think the problem was, which I would have liked to watch the first one. I Here's my confession for this or thing. I didn't watch all three. I
What?
have watched all three,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't seen the last two in a very long time, and the first
Me too,
one
actually.
in a long time. But I did watch a recap because I wasn't sure what happened in the third
hmm
movie. Uh, and I think that okay, first off, this movie is such a departure from the original trilogy. It's ridiculous.
It hurts,
Uh,
man.
but it's interesting, or I don't know. The first trilogy was so up interpretation and like metaphorical and everything that it was like I don't know. It was interesting, and then the third movie ended, and then you were like, "What?
It
I don't
ended
know
though,
what
but
really
like it
happened."
actually had an ending. There was no like I think the biggest disgrace this movie has is how meta it tries to be and fails
Yeah,
horrendously at it. And it
in but only like really, I noticed it in that like weird. beginning part.
Well, yeah, but like I think the fact I think I would have preferred the movie like staying meta instead of just making fun of the previous three
Yeah,
Matrix movies and then just immediately doing a 180 and succumbing to what they were just making fun of. Like
yeah,
that is a horrible thing to do. Like you can't do that. Well, you
it
can
was weird.
obviously, but it feels weird. It ruins the movie and it makes me sad.
Yeah. Here's how long this fucking movie was. I it, I thought that that was like the middle of the movie, but that was only the start.
It was the first 30
Like
minutes. It was
first chapter.
genuinely first 30 minutes.
Like
Like it's so painful.
it did not have to be that long.
And
It
and
didn't. It was,
the fact that like some of the original characters didn't return. If even a single character from an original thing does not come back for a remake, don't do it. Like it that I not having Agent Smith be Hugo Weaving just felt so
it
weird.
did feel very
Like
weird.
God, that made me so uncomfortable. Like on so many levels because they were trying really hard to get this guy to act like Hugo Weaving did, but you can't do that because Hugo Weaving is
Yeah,
such a
he's
good actor, and that guy, not that he wasn't a good actor, but he just isn't Hugo Weaving.
yeah. You know, it's a different beast, but just such a hmm, curious movie. I liked the guns and the gun sound effects and
Yeah.
the blood. That was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
well done.
I did
I was
agree
pretty
with that.
impressed.
Some of the squibs were actually really well done, and I like that
Yeah,
a lot. But it really doesn't get away from the fact that this movie was about nothing. Like really, like if you think about the plot, it has no like
yeah,
push. Like everything about it is so weird. Neo has nothing to do with the movie. Like they have
yeah,
no reason to pull him out of the Matrix like at all.
yeah.
It just
I guess
happens
yeah.
because he's like the guy, but he doesn't even do the guy. He can't even fly, and it's
Well, he
so
can.
well.
Just they in the end.
The last 30 seconds of the movie, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that doesn't count, Jack.
and then she can fly too
For some reason,
for
because
some
now
reason.
there's instead of the one, there's now two. It's just
So that was my thing. That was like towards the latter half of the middle part. I don't know where. Remember the scene where with all the policemen, and that's when they like he convinces her to leave the Matrix.
yes,
I liked that. And then they got out on the
yes,
road and it got a little wild. Now it's like so, but well, then they made it onto the roof and they were fighting helicopters and I was like, all right, I'm bored. But
yeah. No, I that almost the entire movie was incredibly boring to me.
yeah,
Like the second they like exited the Matrix, like Neo got back into um the real world, it just felt boring, and I was just sitting there like doing nothing, and I'm like, "Ah,
yeah,
I hate this. Like you're talking, but the words mean nothing to me because I've seen this already, and I've seen it
yeah,
done a lot better. So I would just go on my phone and just keep like flipping through stuff until like a fight scene came on. But the fight scenes aren't even interesting because they didn't have Keanu Reeves do like any fight choreography. He just used the force the entire time. Like
he
he
did use force most of the time.
I know, right? The only time he didn't was whenever he fought against like Morpheus in like half of the Agent Smith fight. But that's not like Matrix. Like Matrix is like cool hand to hand combat stuff, and not
That's
just
true.
like
I agree with that.
force. Like
Yeah,
I was just like,
there
what?
was yeah.
They had an evil
I mean, I
monologue.
liked to see a little bit of like what happened after the third movie and what's different now. So that was kind of cool to see some of the lore there. But then it just kind of drug on for 2 hours. But
Hmm.
my my big complaint was definitely at the end of the movie. She just started. They were like, "Uh oh, how do we get Neo and what's her face out of this building?" And I was thinking, "Oh, Neo's gonna pick up on the flying and then he's gonna fly and then it's gonna be like, oh my, you know, he's the one again, and then it's
Yeah.
gonna tie up the end of the movie pretty well, blah blah blah. And then she started flying, and I was like, all right, come on,
Well, this is weird. Okay.
like what is going on? And then it all ended, and I was just like, you had me for a little bit.
Like literally a second, like maybe a second, because like
I
the
was
entire
there,
movie
and
they were
then
hyping up the fact that he could fly. Like in the beginning part of the movie, he was talking to Neil Patrick Harris, who is his therapist and also the big bad of the movie. And he was like, "You said you could fly," and he was like, "Yeah, I think I could," or something like that. And then like halfway through the movie, someone said you could fly, and then they said he could fly, and then he tried flying at the end, and it didn't work. And then he was at like it literally like you've heard of Chekhov's gun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they set up his flying like so much through the movie, and then they just never fired the gun at all, like until like the last 30 seconds. But like it was the most boring firing of Chekhov's gun ever because they never showed him actually learning how to fly. They just showed him doing it, and,
Yeah.
and why?
And then he handed the gun to some side character who had no right flying.
Yeah, who barely was in the
She then
movie.
shot the gun.
Oh my
It was
god.
just weird. Like if they at least explained it, maybe they'll do it in the next 6 movies that they're probably gonna do.
I hope they
Okay,
don't.
here I have a question.
Yeah.
This was only made by, I believe, Lena Wachowski. Why?
Yeah, because he left because he didn't want to do it.
Oh. Okay. So only one of them wanted to do it.
Yeah, only one of them wanted to do it because
That's curious.
you remember at the beginning of the movie where they were like Warner Brothers wants to make a 4th Matrix video game, and then Keanu Reeves is like, "Well, I don't want to do it." And he goes, "Well, here's the thing. Whether or not you want to do it doesn't matter. It's going to be made." And that's basically what happened with this.
Okay. So they were just making fun of.
Yeah. Which is
Are they exclusively making fun of Warner Brothers? Is like
Warner Brothers made the movie.
Okay, so then yeah, they are making fun of.
Yeah, no,
that's kind of bold spit in the face, but it's deserved.
I guarantee Warner Brothers made that scene because they were just like, "I don't care. It doesn't matter. People are gonna buy it."
Exactly. They don't. And they don't care.
Literally,
and they don't need to care.
I hate them, man. Like I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Dude, I never want to work for Warner Brothers." And she goes, "If you get a job, you're taking it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like, I don't want to work for them."
Yeah, it's like they're getting Disney power where they realize, but Disney even doesn't.
They've always had that.
Whatever.
Disney
like
usually lets the directors do whatever
they
they want. Like usually Disney is like uppity with creativity and whatnot. They're like, usually if we give a director full reign, it's gonna make a better product than having someone just kind of like listen to us and make garbage. And that's literally of the movies that Warner Brothers themselves have made in the last year. Like I don't think there's a single good one. Like this one's garbage. Space Jam's garbage. They released Snyder Cut.
Space Jam is garbage.
You watched it?
Okay. No, but I don't.
It's genuinely horrible.
Does it go without saying? This is like classic, you know.
Space Jam 2 is genuinely the worst movie I've ever seen. This one, okay. This is not the worst thing I've ever seen. But
no, it's not.
In the aspect, like, okay, let me try to explain this in a way. I can watch a movie that's 70 or higher and really enjoy it because of the quality it's made. But I can also watch a movie that's like 30 and lower because those movies are so bad it's funny. This movie probably ranks in like the 50s-ish for me.
Yeah, it's the perfect middle ground.
And it is horrible. Like I hate the 50-minute middle ground because it's not a bad movie, but it's not a good one, which makes it boring. And it's 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and it's just 2 hours and 30 minutes of wasted time.
Yeah, I just didn't need to see it. It was kind of cool. I like some of the ideas that they played with. I like how they actually did develop the lore a little bit. But, at the end, it felt like the end is very similar to the end of the last movie. Nothing has changed. It was, at the end of the third movie, they were free. And now at the end of this movie, they were free. Like
it's such a nothing movie. It hurts.
Yeah, like they could have not done
they had a 5-minute evil monologue in 2021. I thought we were past that. Like, come on, man. Like, I wrote down, bruh, they had an evil monologue in 2021. Tell, don't show. That's how the saying goes, right?
It's so disappointing.
They named the cat Deja Vu, and that was just, like, the most, like, in-your-face, like, blatant thing that they could have done. I just wrote SMH. I was like, that's just...
Yeah, I don't know. It was just...
It tries so hard to fuck with the audience, and it just fails. It fails so tremendously at it.
Is that it is a little bit better than I expected. I expected genuine trash.
Really? Okay, so I had no expectations for this movie, and I considered it to be one of the biggest disappointments I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
This is
that hurts.
like when I go to Goodwill and I find a shirt that I kind of like, but it's not really my size. And do I really want to pay $5 for something I'm not sure I want? And then I put it down, I walk away, and I just feel sad. That's what this movie is.
I genuinely did feel sad after finishing this. I was like, if
I
my
was
brother,
disappointed. I don't know how I felt disappointed.
my,
Oh,
sorry,
shit. It's killing him.
it's killing me. I'm dying. No, I swallowed wrong. Sorry. Damn, what was I gonna say? If I didn't have to watch this for the podcast, and I watched it anyway, I would have like actually felt very defeated because I would have had no reason to watch the movie because it just like I feel bad for my mom and my brother for have watched it because they watched it before me, and like they gained nothing from it. Like
That's exactly.
just
Yeah, you
sucks,
get
man.
nothing out of
You get
Matrix.
nothing out of
What
this
is it?
movie.
Not Revolutions.
Resurrections.
Resurrections.
There's a video game that came out with this too. Did you know that?
Which is canon.
It is canon.
It is canon.
Interesting. Did you look into it at all? Because I didn't.
I read a few articles detailing like what was going on.
What is it called?
Movie.
Matrix Reawakened or something?
Something like that. I don't know. Probably
I'm
another R
Googling
word.
it right now. Video game. Ah, I spelled video game wrong.
I don't know. Apparently it was canon and people thought there was going to be retconned. I don't know. I read an article that came out before this movie did. So they were talking about a lot of theories that I assume got either debunked or clarified in the movie. But I don't know.
It's not a game. I'm looking it up and it says no, The Matrix Awakens is not a game, at least not in the traditional sense. It's a demo that will showcase the power of next gen consoles. So
What?
technically it's not a game.
Wait a second. Hold on. I think we're thinking of different things.
No,
There's
the one
like
from
an
2021,
RPG,
like the new one that came out, like the made with
No.
the Unreal Engine 5.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot that was a thing. No.
Yeah.
There's a different movie that's like an MMO. Different game. Excuse me.
Like
That was an
Path
MMO.
of Neo, the old one.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm talking about the one that
can't
came
find
out
this article,
in 2021, called the Matrix Awaken.
Right, and I heard of that. Where's my phone?
I don't know.
Oh shit! I don't know what my phone is. Oh, here it is. Let me see if I can find this article. If I look on my phone, I'm sure I can find it.
See, I really want a tablet so I can like Google shit as we're talking about it. It would be easier than going on my phone.
Here we are. Matrix. It was on screen. Evolutions, Matrix 4, Matrix Cycle. What the fuck is Matrix Cycle?
Is the Unreal Engine 5 like a new version of Unreal Engine? Because I remember Unreal Engine like back in the day it was like the revolutionary game stuff. I feel bad for
Unreal
Keanu
Engine
Reeves.
5 is actually nutty.
Really?
I've done some research on it. My boss, like he does D&D stuff inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for his campaigns, he'll like include locations and stuff. And he's telling me about his work he's doing in it, and it's super impressive. Unreal Engine 5 is like crazy. That Corridor Digital that I love so dearly, and I talk about every podcast.
I love them so much. They're awesome.
Yeah, they do a lot of work. Oh, actually, you might find this interesting. So they do a Dungeons and another Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't actually look into it, but I did see that.
Yeah, Son of a Dungeon. So everything that happens within a D&D campaign, they act it out in a green screen thing, and they like put them in a Unreal Engine 5 rendered location of the D&D map.
Wow, that's sick.
That they're playing in. So it's like super visual and interactive for like the audience.
So the things I'm looking at right now are like good reviews for the video game. And that just hurts because why didn't we get a good movie? But they took the time to make a good kind of video game. This looks
How
sweet.
the Matrix 4 can redefine sci-fi movies.
No,
again.
shut up. No, shut up. Shut up. No.
Screen Rant's very excited about it.
No.
Fine and Page.
I don't think anyone should be excited about
game.
it. So
Matrix Online is supposedly what it's called.
That's sweet, dude. I don't know why I care. Like I Matrix has done nothing but hurt me.
Wait.
Because
the Matrix Online, a licensed MMORPG, confirmed as canon. A cynical continuation of the ending of the Matrix franchise. Fine.
Which ending? This one or the old one?
The old one.
Okay.
I assume. Because this came out before.
Oh, cool. I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't know if that was like a new thing.
No.
Ow, I have a headache right now. That's not good.
I wonder why.
I actually do. I don't think it's because of the Matrix. I think it's because I just had coffee.
Well, that could also do it, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I had a hot peppermint mocha. I know. I'm like fancy and whatnot. I went to Barnes & Noble to read Solo Leveling.
You're so cool.
I know. I had to de-chill after watching such a horrendous movie as this. I was like, I need to get away and be happy and actually consume some good content.
Well, I think that's a pretty good analysis. It's not the worst movie. It's not the best movie.
Don't watch it, like, especially in theaters. Like, if you
especially in theaters.
Oh my god, if you watch this in theaters, it's genuinely the biggest waste of money you'll ever have. You won't have a good experience. I texted Jack halfway through the movie and I said, I feel bad for anyone who sees this in theaters and can't go on their phone. Continue.
Like, unless you're a Matrix super fan, there's no reason.
Even if you're a Matrix super fan, like, you're not gaining anything from watching this.
Yeah, but I can understand a craving for more Matrix, like, or not more Matrix.
Just watch the first Matrix movie again.
Like,
that's a good movie.
It is a good movie. That's what I'm saying.
That's
why I wanted
good.
to watch that one again, just to see.
Yeah, I watched it not like roughly 3 months ago, and that is a good movie.
Yeah, but I understand, like, with Dune or something along the whatever more I can get out of it, I'd like to see.
I understand
if your favorite thing did a new thing after not doing a new thing for a very long time. I can understand that.
Yeah, it's like with Dragon Ball. Like the new movie has like horrible animation and it actually looks like dog, but I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah.
So just because it's new Dragon Ball that they have the manga releasing every month, but that's different from watching something.
True, that is very different.
Yeah, so I'm not excited for that, but I'm still gonna go see it and enjoy it.
Yeah, why not?
And I am a Matrix fan, but it's not like I'm the biggest Matrix head on the planet. So.
Exactly, neither am I.
Yeah.
Not benevolent.
I think it's different because we didn't like grow up with it because it came out before we were born.
That's true.
Still incredible.
My dad was never like crazy about it.
My mom liked it, but she liked Star Wars more, so that's what she showed us whenever we were young.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you give it out of 10 then?
Like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I'd probably say
a strong 3. Like pushing the 4 boundaries. Just because like some of the cinematography like is kind of good. Kind of in the aspect of they're just stealing shots from the previous Matrix movies. So like technically I can't say it's bad, but it's also not original.
Yeah, that did bother me.
It bothered me really heavily.
It's weird. It's just an uncomfortable experience to see straight rips from old movies.
Mm-hmm. And also there's a line that was like, everyone likes remakes. And I disagree heavily. That remakes never work for movies. The only time a remake actually works is for video games. And that's only because video game consoles change and you can't play certain games on a certain console. So that's whenever a remake comes in handy. But with movies, you can always watch an old movie. You can't always play an old video game.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's just that they even okay, if they did it once, I'd be like, "Oh, look, that's the old movie. Like that's kind of cool."
Hmm.
But the fact that they did it so many times, it's just an
It kept
uncouth
going
thing
even
to do in a
until like
movie.
after the second hour, they continued to do it, and it just felt so wrong. Like they just kept
Yeah.
intercutting it with every single fight scene. And I'm just like, dude, show me something new.
Yeah, it just feels weird
If I
to
wanted to
look at
watch
that.
the first Matrix, I would have watched the first Matrix.
Yeah. And to have it side by side with such a new thing, it's uncomfortable to watch.
It was bad because like it just kept reminding me that I could be watching a better movie. Okay,
Bad
whatever.
practice, but
Okay, 3.
I'd probably give it around 4 or 5.
Okay, strong 3 for me. All right, let's take a
Good
break.
deal. All right.
That made me angry. Like I shouldn't have gotten as angry talking about this film as I did.
Oh, I don't know.
It's just a really bad movie. Makes me sad.
What is it?
Matrix
Revolutions.
Resurrection. The Matrix Resurrection.
Oh God, how do you spell resurrection?
See, this is why we. Oh, it's Resurrections. You're dyslexic. Do you want me to go that again?
No, I just forgot an R.
Okay. Ah, sorry. I went on Instagram. I was looking at pictures of dogs. I mean, videos of dogs.
That's fine. What was I gonna say?
Something probably.
I don't know. I watched the first 2 Evangelion movies again last night,
God damn it.
and I was thinking about how they are. I don't know. There are certain very like I don't think they're similar, but they both Matrix and Evangelion try and convey such intense metaphors uh so curiously.
What do you mean?
I don't know. And it's impressive how comparing the two, Evangelion for the fourth one came out after the trilogy, which was a straight on continuation also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but everybody wanted that one, and it tied it up very well. And Ava conveys their metaphors very appropriately and interestingly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see how hard this flopped on its face in comparison to that.
How hard it's
You know,
flopped on its face. Yeah,
like
it is pretty
they did
bad.
it so well and conveyed their things, and then in the fourth one, I feel like it's lost most all the metaphors that were in the first 3. Or at least I didn't notice them in this last one.
I didn't either. It was just blah, you know?
Yeah. I didn't realize that Matrix was like big metaphorically and for like transgenderism
Oh,
and being transgender.
I never thought of that either. I just wow.
Yeah, it's weird, and then you rewatch it and you're like,
Well, yeah,
oh,
you can like
yeah,
I can see it. Yeah, like now that I think about it, like I can totally. Yeah, that's cool.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of it's right under our noses.
Hmm. Really cool.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok about that the other day. It was actually quite funny. Somebody's like, "Oh my god!" All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we are back.
Okay, movie news. So almost all of my movie news is Marvel related, and all of my movie news is superhero related. So I'm sorry, Jack. You just die? Did I kill you with that?
No, I
Okay.
laughed. Oh,
Oh.
oh, did that not come up on?
No, I
That
didn't
might
hear
have
it.
came up on my
I
mic.
did
It
not hear
probably
it
didn't
at
come up.
all. I was like, oh my god, I just pissed him off and he died.
Oh no, I was chuckling.
Yeah.
It's
So
probably funnier. Hopefully, it did not come across.
yeah, I don't think it did. Um. Yeah. So while I'm saying the news, go find something that isn't superhero related.
Oh, oh.
So one of there's like a people are talking about the new Ant-Man and Wasp movie, the Quantumania film, which actually looks pretty insane because there was a leaked T-shirt that was given to all of the people who filmed the movie, and it is a like a broken Ant-Man helmet, and in the reflection they have like a comic accurate looking Kang the Conqueror, which makes me so happy because I was so worried that since it was an Ant-Man film, it was going to be like a stupid, jokey film, but like it looks serious, and I thought it was going to be like another Kang is like a businessman, like how Yellow Jacket was just like a lame businessman, but I think Kang is just going to be like an actual like menacing like villain in the movie, and that looks really cool to me. But someone from the show Agents of Shield will make an appearance in that movie, but played as a different actor, which I think is pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure that character is Johnny Blaze as a Ghost Rider, which is in my I think like I'm reaching here because I think they just cast a Ghost Rider, and then we found out that someone from Agents of Shield is going to be in that, and Ghost Rider was in Agents of Shield, so I'm just trying to connect dots here. So I think that's who it is. If not, then Ghost Rider is going to be in Multiverse of Madness, but we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of Multiverse of Madness, we get like an absolutely ungodly amount of information about that movie and the different cameos that are going to be in it. By chance, do you know who the Illuminati are in the Marvel comics?
No.
So it's like Earth's, well, not Earth's. It's like a universe's smartest people that get together and make decisions like hiddenly. Like
Okay.
Reed Richards, like Tony Stark, Black Bolt, Professor X. They all just get together and they're like a hidden organization that makes the decisions for all superheroes without all the superheroes knowing it, just to like keep safety and stuff like that. Like in the World War Hulk storyline, like all of them made the decision to send Hulk off planet because they said he was too dangerous. We're going to get an Illuminati in Multiverse of Madness, but instead of it being like the universe's smartest people, it's going to be the multiverse's smartest people. And we're gonna get a bunch of different like you know how No Way Home had different variants of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness is gonna have like a absolutely ungodly amount of variants of different people we got throughout the old Marvel movies. Like you know Eric Bana from the Hulk movie from 2003.
Yes.
He's going to be in it as Hulk, which is definitely interesting. They're even going to do like some stuff like rumored castings. Like remember when Tom Cruise was cast as Iron Man before Iron Man came out?
Yes.
We're getting a Tom Cruise Tony Stark in that movie. Tobey Maguire is returning as Spider-Man in that film to be the Peter Parker that's in the Illuminati. I think we're getting a version of Ultron. I think it might be a good one. We're getting a version of Chris Evans Captain America, but like as an evil guy, like a Captain Hydra or something like that. We're getting Sir Patrick Stewart back as X. These are all rumors, by the way. I'm saying we're getting as in like these are the rumors that I saw. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But it would be incredible if all of this were true. So it would be Sir Patrick Stewart back uh, as Professor X in the Illuminati, and then he's not in the Illuminati, but it's rumored that he's in the movie with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which would be really cool for all of those to come in and we see them again. Woo! Sorry, big yawn. And another thing that we are possibly seeing is Deadpool coming in through that movie, just like a little cameo. Because 2 weeks ago or last week, they finished filming up all of the cameo scenes. So that's why all the rumors are coming out now, because they were filming it not too long ago and everyone saw it and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and it's confirmed that the Deadpool 3 that is being worked is going to be rated R1, which is awesome, and also in the MCU. So cool.
Nice to know. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And next thing of movie news. This I'm going to go through all the Marvel stuff, and then I'm going to talk about something DC related. So apparently Sony wants Emma Stone to return for a Spider-Gwen movie, which is definitely interesting, and I don't know how they're going to do that. They officially confirmed that the Amazing Spider-Man and Venom are in the same universe, and this is a big rumor, but it's from a trusted source, so my source is going to be trust me, bro. So Venom 3 is going to be called The Amazing Spider-Man Meets Venom, and it's a movie between Tom Hardy and Andrew Garfield, and it's supposed to be like a comedy film between them.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It will probably be very bad, but at least we get Andrew Garfield back.
I guess that's
kind
true.
of. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Andy Serkis is directing it again.
Oh boy.
I know it's gonna. Yeah. Good actor, man. He's a good actor. He got to stick to what he's good at.
Yeah.
It's okay. The official runtime for Morbius has been released. It is an hour and 48 minutes. So,
Cool.
yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. It's gonna be pretty dog shit. So there was a big leak from the script of the new Flash movie. There's a lot of stuff that came out. I'm gonna read through all of it. So there's like a sequence of scenes where the Flash goes back in time and just literally goes through every single DCEU movie and then changes something. And it just feels so wrong, like the way this is. So Flash goes back in time to Wonder Woman and tells Wonder Woman about Steve Trevor's death, and she manages to save him, but he's still injured. In attempting to save his life, she brings him to her homeland, and he's in a coma. And like because he's on Themyscira, the passage of time doesn't affect him. And then Wonder Woman 1984 never happened, which in my opinion is so weird because why would they release a movie that in 2 years they retcon and make it so it's not part of the universe? Doesn't matter. Whatever. Flash then goes into Man of Steel and warns Superman about the Battle of Metropolis, and then Kal-El manages to take Zod away from the city, and then he fights him and doesn't kill Zod, and he sends him into the Phantom Zone with Farah, which is the girl Kryptonian that they fight in that movie. And Batman vs. Superman never happens because Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor never see Superman as a threat because he never destroys a town. Therefore, Zod is never dead to create Doomsday, and that entire movie is completely retconned. So Batman vs. Superman didn't happen.
That's probably feel better.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Oh, that's what it is. That's what the next set of movies is. It's the DCEU movies, but now it kind of feels pointless because they're all not canon anymore. So I don't know.
Well,
it's whatever. So Superman didn't ever die. So Amanda Waller never decided to make Task Force X. So the first Suicide Squad movie, and I guess the second Suicide Squad movie never happened. The Mother Boxes are never awakened because Superman didn't die. So Justice League never happened. So it's literally like they said it's a quote unquote soft reboot. This Flash movie, that's what Warner Brothers says. But this is like anything but a soft reboot. They literally changed the entire universe.
Seriously.
Like,
That's
why?
Weird.
I mean, it's probably for the best because the DCEU did not know where it was going, and it was the most confused universe ever. But like, getting rid of everything, this is like a full-on restart.
Pretty intense resolution, but
and like that,
their own.
I found that on Twitter through like this guy who like has a really huge. He was the one that originally leaked the Flash trailer, which then was released about a month later. So I heavily trust him. But God, like if that's like, I hope he's wrong because if that's true, that is horrible.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Did you find any news not superhero related?
Expendables 4 is being filmed.
Why? you could have said something good. You could have said something good.
I could not find anything not related to anything other than everything else on Screen Rant was
Spider-Man related. Yeah, of course. This last week was such a drought in film. Like I searched everything like through Instagram, Twitter, Screen Rant, YouTube, like everything, and there was just nothing interesting. And it makes me sad. Well, obviously, okay, getting another Spider-Man movie, like Amazing Spider-Man movie, is interesting. But like, after seeing him in this last one, I'm not like blown away from that kind of reveal. And I don't give two flying fucks about Morbius, so I don't care how long that movie is. Huh?
And John Madden died.
Who's John Madden?
The NFL guy.
Oh, rip.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know John Madden that much.
Yeah, I don't either. From the fact that I said who's John Madden, still sucks, man. Like the passing of anyone is always really sad because just horrible. Hate to see it. I'm sorry, dude.
True.
I mean that hate to see it. That's not in a sarcastic sense. which I now realize sounds pretty insincere because I say that in a sarcastic sense in every other time I say it. Okay, let's move on to our next segment. Oh my god, my spine. Like, I know I was talking about this last episode, but my back has been hurting me so much, man.
Yeah, that I don't know.
It's you don't know?
It's okay.
I
I
really
don't know
hope
what to do.
I really hope you knew a way to fix that.
Yeah, sorry
Yeah.
to
I was
relieve you.
relying on that. I was relying that you knew a way to fix my spine, and I'm quite disappointed that you have
Very
no
sorry.
idea. It hurts. It hurts. Not the spine, my emotional pain because you couldn't fix it.
Okay.
Okay, Jack. What were you watching the last week?
I watched 2 new Evangelion movies, or the 2 new Evangelion movies, like the first 2. There's a word for it. Like whoever cares knows what I'm talking about. I watched those 2. I watched Interstellar. I watched
Woo! I
um
like Interstellar.
yeah, it was good.
Was that your first time
Um
watching it?
yeah, that was
Wow, jeez. Really?
I know, that's why we watched it. Yeah.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, I don't know
You're the
why I
artsy
hadn't watched
fartsy
it
guy.
before.
I would have assumed you watched everything that requires your brain.
Yeah. Well, usually if it's on oh, now come to think of it. Well, if it was on a streaming platform and was I was notified that it was on a streaming platform, I would have watched it, but I had to rent it. So,
Mm.
um
Well, I
I
think that was
watched
because Chris Nolan just had a like a falling out with Warner Brothers. We talked about it on the podcast a little while back. He just quit Warner Brothers and talked about how they're a shit company, and then went to Universal to make Oppenheimer.
oh, interesting. Good for
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Honestly, because genuinely one of the worst companies out there is Warner Brothers.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I watched half of Don't Look Up.
Oh, really? I kind of want to
Um
see that.
yeah, it's pretty curious. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like halfway in I would know that it's like the best movie ever. Everybody says it's like the greatest movie ever.
Oh,
I
really?
feel like halfway through the movie I would get that feeling by now, but I don't know. It's good. It's not like the greatest movie ever though.
Well, I think the reason why they're freaking out so much is it's probably because it's one of the first good movies on Netflix.
Yeah, like Netflix movies,
Like,
yeah.
I haven't
That's
seen
good.
Red Notice yet, and people were writing home to mom about that one, so I gotta
Really?
check it out. Yeah, people like it a lot.
Interesting.
I
I
really
should
like
watch
The
that too.
Rock, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds, so hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, that is a pretty all-star cast.
Yeah, I was one of my buddies, the cinematographer that I work with at college. His name is Nathan. He actually heavily recommended it, and he was like, "You guys should review the Red Notice on your podcast because it's actually pretty good." And it also is like the highest grossing movie on Netflix, and like really up there for 2021. And I was like, that's a good point, and I really should consider it. But then I just never did it because I forgot that we had that conversation.
I'll watch it
Yeah,
at some point.
we'll check it out. We'll shove it in there. We're almost reached to the end of where I scheduled to. So
Oh, okay. Cool.
so once I actually get the motivation to sit down and fill out the rest of the year.
Oh, we've been talking about doing. We talked about this off or
Oh right, yeah.
recording. We want to do more. Well, more importantly, I don't know. Whoever our audience is has to be vocal with us. I don't. We don't know if you guys prefer Spotify or YouTube, or if the general audience prefers. We can follow more with either of those 2 platforms.
Hmm.
Like we were talking about YouTube doing a in-person like recorded
Yeah.
review.
So YouTube has been getting like we've thank you guys just in general for all the support, but over the last like 2 weeks we've gained like 150 subscribers on YouTube. So me and Jack have decided that we might want to start uploading more on just YouTube. Like we're still going to upload the podcast on Spotify and stuff like that, but we were thinking about doing like 20-minute like TV show reviews, or like what Jack was saying where me and him get together in the same room and we just watch a movie and we talk to each other while watching the movie, and that's like basically like a live podcast review of said movie. And we aren't gonna commit to anything yet, but we want to just see what anyone has to say about that. Like, if you're listening, please go to. I know I do this at the end of the podcast usually, but please go into the comments of YouTube and go to our Instagram and Twitter at Mediak Podcast and Mediak Zach. And please tell us what you think we should start doing for YouTube. And if you are a Spotify listener and you want us to do more stuff, please say something so that we can start pumping out things on that side too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we've definitely been getting a lot more on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. So numbers wise. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think we will do a in-person review
Yes,
coming up
that
pretty
that
soon.
is
And if that
yeah.
does well, then we'll know you like that, whatever
I think
you
we should
guys think.
start leaning towards like doing bad movies as in-person reviews and then doing our like good movies cuz it's more funny to get a live reaction of a bad movie than it is to get a
True.
review of a bad movie. It's really good to get a review of a good movie because there's a lot to talk about. Like most of most of our review of this movie has been us just saying it was bad, the Matrix movie. But like it
Yeah.
probably would have been funny to have us sitting there and just be like, why the hell are they doing this? Like and getting that kind
Yeah.
of reaction. So I was thinking the first live one we do could be like the Transformers movies
That would be good,
because
I think.
those would be quite funny to hear our reactions towards.
True.
Yeah,
I like that idea, but
me too.
we'll see how it
We'll
pans
see.
out.
Hopefully you guys can comment down below and tell us something interesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Anyway,
What were you watching? I think I'm done.
I didn't really watch much. I sorry, I was texting someone. I continued watching New Girl. That show's getting really interesting. I don't know where the direction of it's going. Like it's still funny, but I think the main girl is leaving. If that makes sense. The girl who plays Jess. Like my girlfriend told me that at one point Megan Fox comes onto the show and like the girl who plays
Oh,
Jess.
you're not at that yet?
No.
Oh, interesting.
We watch like 2 episodes a weekend because like we usually watch a movie and then like an episode of New Girl.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Completely left my head. I'm not excited for that. Like I feel like that just ruins the show when the main character leaves.
It's not as bad as you think.
Really?
But it's definitely, it feels like it's missing a little something, but
Okay.
Megan Fox is pretty funny.
Okay. I heard that it's not for too long too, so that's not that bad.
No, it's not for very long.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Still really funny show. I'm not excited for Coach to leave. I know that happens at one point. I like Coach. I think he's hilarious. Winston is so funny, man. He's hilarious
I
to me.
figured you'd be a Winston guy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just
You look like a Winston guy to me. I think he's funny. What's wrong with him? Who do you like the most?
He's funny. It's just I can see you being a Winston guy.
Because he's funny. Ferguson's hilarious. Yeah, it's whatever. Other than that, last time G came over, she fell asleep, so I put on a show while she was sleeping. I put on Daredevil. I started watching the first season of that, and it was good. Like that first episode was freaking amazing, and I'm really excited to continue through it because now that show's canon because of No Way Home. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Charlie Cox is like he's a good actor, and that show is like surprisingly funny to me. Like whenever he went into the one girl who was framed for murder, and she was like, "How long have you guys been lawyers?" And he looks at her and he goes, 7 hours. Like I started laughing really hard at that. Thought it was quite funny. Other than that, I don't think I really watched anything. Like I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Like a new Five Nights at Freddy's game came out, so I've been watching Markiplier play that, which is, hey, it makes me happy. I spend my break the way I want to spend my break. Also, I know I shouldn't be saying this at the end of the episode, but I'm sorry if the audio sounds bad. The only place I can record is my basement, and I have a pretty large basement compared to my house, so like there might be a lot of echo.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't really watch anything else other than that stuff. I don't remember what we're doing next week. I think a new movie's coming out. I gotta go up to my apartment to pick up my book, my notebook, not my notebook. Book. What's the schedule? What do you put it?
Like an agenda.
Agenda. Yes, I have an agenda filled with everything that we're doing for the next like 6 months.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I need to go check that out. I just don't have any motivation to go to my apartment right now.
Fair enough.
It's like 40 minutes away. I don't want to drive up there
Yeah.
just
Don't
to
blame
get
you.
that. But we
I
probably
don't
should
blame
figure it out because we can't exactly not watch a movie for next week. We
Bro,
tried
that
that
is-
once. It didn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Oh well.
I'll figure it out. If not, then we can just start watching the DC movies because I think that's on the list at some point.
Yeah. Well,
I
we'll do
kind of don't want to
something.
do that though. Because I have no motivation to watch them now that they don't mean anything. Yeah. All right. Well, I have all my corals up for the week. If I figure what we're watching out, I'll post it on Twitter or something like that.
Fair enough.
Other than
Okay.
that, like I said before, comment down below on YouTube. Go to our Instagram and Twitter at Mediak Podcast and Mediak Zach. Mediak Podcast being Instagram and Mediak Zach being Twitter. See you guys next week with another movie.
Yes, we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.